Most operators think pricing is a marketing decision. It is not. It is one of the highest leverage operational decisions in the business. McKinsey's analysis across the S&P 1500 found that a 1% increase in price with volume held constant generates roughly 8% more in operating profit. 8% from 1%. And most operators have never run an audit that would help them find that 1%. They raise prices reactively when costs hurt. They have never raised them strategically. This is Notebook of a COO. If you are building a business and you want operational thinking instead of motivational content, you are in the right place. Today we are walking through the 3-part pricing audit. 3 questions asked in order. The diagnostic that finds the 1%. Let's get into it. Here's what a pricing audit actually is and what it is not. It is not a pricing change. A pricing change happens at the end of the audit, if at all. The audit comes first. The audit is a diagnostic, not a decision. It is not a competitor study. Most operators hear the word audit and think, let me see what others charge. Wrong instinct. We will get to why. A pricing audit is 3 questions asked in order about your own business. What does it actually cost you to deliver 1 unit of what you sell? What is your current price anchored to? What is your real margin per offer? That is it. 3 questions. Most operators have never sat down with all 3 of those questions in the same conversation. When they finally do, the answers are almost always uncomfortable. They are also almost always profitable. Tuesday afternoon. You just looked at your profit number for the month and it was lower than last quarter. Costs are up, revenue is roughly flat. Same team, nothing has obviously broken. The math is moving in the wrong direction. The instinct is almost always to look at revenue. More clients, more leads, more marketing. That instinct has cost more small business owners more money than almost any other operational mistake. Revenue and pricing are not the same lever. Revenue is volume times price. When margin is shrinking, pulling the volume lever harder makes the problem worse. Every additional unit is also delivered at the wrong margin. You are not building a bigger business. You are running faster to make less. The right lever is pricing. A 1% move in price is worth almost 2.5 times more to your operating profit than a 1% move in volume. But you cannot move pricing intelligently without running the audit first. Drop a comment. When did you last raise your prices? If it has been more than a year, you are already inside the gap we are talking about. 3 questions. We are going to walk through them in order. Question 1. What does it actually cost you to deliver? The cost number most operators carry in their head is roughly half of the real number. That is not exaggeration. That is the consistent finding when you actually run the math. Here is why. When most operators think about cost, they think about variable cost, the contractor pay, the cost of goods, the direct hours. They forget about the rest of the iceberg, the tool stack that has to be running for the delivery to happen, the owner time spent managing the project, the admin overhead, the insurance, the rent, the meeting time. Until that full cost is on the page, every pricing decision is being built on a number that is wrong by half. The cost audit is the foundation. Every other question is built on top of it. Question 2. What is your price anchored to? 3 options. Almost every operator's pricing falls into one of these 3. Option 1. You price based on what your competitors charge. This is the most common. Option 2. Cost plus. You added a markup to your cost. Next most common. If your cost number was wrong, your price is wrong by exactly the same amount. Option 3. You price based on the value the customer receives or the outcome they get. This is the rarest. It is also the most profitable. Here's the trap with competitor pricing. You are anchored to your competitors. They are anchored to theirs. Nobody has run a cost audit. The entire market is one self-referential loop, everybody making the same mistake at the same time. You are not pricing your business. You are inheriting somebody else's pricing model. Question 3. What is your real margin per offer? You cannot make a portfolio-level pricing decision without per-offer margin data. Most operators look at total profit at the company level, total revenue, total costs, total profit. They do not break it out by offer, so they miss the most important pattern in the entire business: which offer is actually making the money. Almost every small business has one or two offers that are quietly subsidizing the rest of the portfolio. The high margin offers carry the business. The low margin offers feel busy but are pulling profit down. The owner cannot tell which is which because they have never run the per offer math. The answer to that question almost always reveals an offer that the operator personally enjoys delivering but that loses money every time it goes out the door. That offer is not a loss leader. That is just a loss. And it is staying in the portfolio because of personal preference, not business logic. If you ran a cost audit on one of your offers this week, what did you find? Drop the answer in the comments. Other operators are doing the same diagnostic right now. 3 operational moves. This week, not next quarter. Move 1. Run the cost audit on your top revenue offer. Not your favorite, not the easiest, the one that brings in the most revenue. Pull every variable cost. Pull every overhead allocation. Pull your own time. Pull the tools. The gap is your starting line. Move 2. Reset the anchor on that same offer. Not from cost plus, not from competitor matching, from value. Ask one question. What is the result of this offer worth to the customer? If the answer is meaningfully more than what you charge, the price is wrong. Adjust it. Move 3. Set a margin floor going forward. Pick the number, 20, 30, 40%. Make it the rule. Any new offer that cannot meet the floor either gets repriced or does not go live. No exceptions for offers you personally like. Run the cost, reset the anchor, set the floor. Most operators do not need to raise their prices across the board. They need to raise them on the offers that are quietly losing money and stop subsidizing those offers with the ones that are working. The audit tells you which is which. That is not a marketing problem. That is a pricing operations problem, and it is in your control. If this episode landed, the next one to listen to is the 5 numbers that tell you if your business can run without you. Margin per offer is one of those 5 numbers. That episode walks through the rest. Same diagnostic mindset, broader frame. If this episode gave you something useful, share it with one operator in your world who needs to hear it. Wherever you are, that is exactly where you are supposed to be, but that does not mean you have to stay there. Until next time.